Have you ever needed someone to talk you down from a time when you were really, really angry? Or maybe you needed someone to talk you through a season in your life that was pretty difficult. And the truth is this, you feel better when you have that person that you can just talk to, don't you? Someone that you can express your thoughts and your concerns and your fears. There's truth in that. In fact, there's an expression that says confession is good for the soul. And not only confession probably, but just processing information. I think there's a lot of truth in that. In fact, it's important, I think, that you have that person in your life, and I certainly hope that you do, where they know you well enough that you can just talk, like you can just say what's on your mind, you can say what's on your heart, and you don't have to go back and amend what you said, or you don't have to say, well, here's what I didn't mean when I said that. You don't have to clarify all that. That person knows you, they're trustworthy, and you can just talk, you can just process and sort of think out loud, and maybe it doesn't always make sense and it's not logically coherent, like an argument. You know what I'm saying? You're processing information, and it makes you feel better. It clears your mind, it clears your heart, it clears your soul. I think we all need someone like that we can talk to. I hope that you have someone like that. If you don't, man, you really should work at getting a good friend like that. I hope that you do. Here's an important truth. Just like talking to that person clears your mind and helps you feel better, talking to Jesus, talking to God does the same thing. It clears your soul. It clears your mind. Praying and talking to Jesus does that exact thing. And in fact, we're supposed to. In Psalm 62:8, the Bible says, "Trust in him at all times, O people. Pour out your heart before him. God is our refuge for us." He is a refuge for us. And then 1 Peter 5:7, great passage where Peter is saying, humble yourself before God. And he goes on to say, casting all your anxieties, all your fears, all your cares, cast all your anxieties on him because he cares for you. The him there is Christ. Man, we have to be intentional though, right? We have to pray being intentional, just like you would have focused and uninterrupted conversation with that friend when you're trying to process life. You need to have the same intention, the same attention to your time with God. So give him your best. Don't give God your leftovers. I'm challenging us here to pray, to talk to God. It's just like that, talking to a friend. But God can do things that your friend cannot do. He can answer prayers your friend cannot answer, though they wish they could. So be intentional. If you're, give God your best. If you're fresh in the mornings, then give God your morning. Spend time reading your word and spend time praying in the mornings. If you're fresh in the afternoon, if that's when you're sharp, then do that. Maybe it's a lunch hour, maybe it's a break or something. Or if you're bright-eyed and bushy-tailed in the evenings, you're a night owl, well then maybe that's when you should be reading and praying, because you can really dig in and be intentional and focused and have an uninterrupted time with God. But don't give him your leftovers where you think, well, I'm going to do my day first and then we'll see what happens at the end of the day when I'm very tired. I'm going to try to pray and read. You end up falling asleep before you've even decided what passage you're going to read. Don't give God your leftovers. Be intentional and be purposeful. Spend time with God. Spend time with him. Process life with him, just like you would a friend. And I bet you're going to be surprised at how much better you feel and how the answers will come, believe it or not, and that your perspectives will change. Think about it.